Hey gang, welcome to 4-Minute Friday Leadership, and today I want to talk about the power of caring for those you lead. It seems so straightforward, but gosh, it's important, and gosh, it's often overlooked. God has entrusted those you lead to your care. It's not a choice you have to care, it's a responsibility. And in 1 Peter, when Peter is explaining and exploring what leadership looked like in the first church, and their model was eldership, this is what he said of leaders in the church. He said, "Be shepherds of God's flock that are under your care. Watch over them, not because you must, but because you are willing, as God wants you to be, not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve, not lording it over those entrusted to you, but being examples to the flock." Caring for someone means to have concern for their well-being and prioritize their health over your own agenda. In the book of Matthew, Jesus hears about his cousin, one of his best and closest friends, the only person that actually understood his ministry. He's died. John the Baptist has died. He's been ruthlessly murdered. And so Jesus says, "I need to get away." His heart was so heavy, it was broken, it was grieving, as he heads away over the lake with his disciples. And I'm sure as they're on the boat and Jesus is praying and he's grieving, the disciples looked up and saw this massive crowd of people. They're walking along the bank, and some of them are sick, and some of them are stumbling, some of them are being carried. This massive crowd of people. And as Jesus gets to the other side of the lake, they spill out, and Jesus looks up. And these people have traveled kilometres and they're sick, and he looks up and he sees them. And it says this in Matthew 14:14, "When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and he healed their sick." That word compassion is the word splagnosomai. Splagnosomai. Its direct translation is to be moved to your bowels. And it's charming, isn't it? This idea of feeling it in your gut. Feeling a care and a longing and to want to help someone so deeply you feel it in your guts. That's where they understood was the seat of love and care. It's where empathy and compassion came from. Jesus feels something so deeply for those he was called to lead that he puts aside his grief at enormous personal cost, and he heals them, and he meets them, and he feeds them, and he cares for them. And there would have been 15,000 men, women, and children gathered there that day. It wasn't a quick affair. It required everything of Jesus, all that he had left. Compassion means to join someone in their struggle. When you do that, part of their struggle takes something from you. So to truly care for those you lead, it will cost you. Caring is the action of love. If you love someone, you're committed to them. But if you care for someone, you are really interested and involved with them, which means at times it's listening and helping. For sometimes it's carrying the load when they can't carry it anymore. Sometimes it's praying for them and checking in. Sometimes it's reprimanding them and challenging them. Sometimes it's holding them to account or protecting them from themselves or for others. Sometimes caring for those who you lead may not be immediately interpreted as care for them, and that's okay. But your checklist is this. Am I acting out of concern for their well-being? Yes. Am I prioritizing their health? Yes. Am I motivated by gaining something from doing this? No. That's the yes, yes, no answer pattern that means you are fulfilling what God asked you to do. Your reference point in caring for others isn't their response of gratitude or appreciation or even anger. Your reference point is what God has called you to do. Be concerned for their well-being and prioritize their health over your agenda. So wrestle now with these questions. You can find the full manuscript down below in the description. And here they are, which you can either pause the video or you can take a screenshot or take a photo of your phone, whatever makes you happy. Thanks, everybody. Bye.